In the early hours of April 1453, the defenders of Constantinople held one fragile certainty: the Golden Horn, guarded by a massive iron chain and allied ships, remained secure. As Ottoman cannons pounded the land walls, the harbor stood untouched, protecting the city's weakest flank. Venetian and Genoese vessels patrolled the calm waters, a lifeline of supplies and morale. Sultan Mehmed II knew this, and that is why he didn't try to shatter the chain. He planned to render it irrelevant. What followed would not be a display of strength, but of vision, risk, and something far more dangerous: imagination. The challenge facing Mehmed II was monumental. Constantinople's Theodosian walls were legendary, layered defenses built to withstand centuries of assault. On land, his massive cannons roared day and night, hammering the ancient stones. But the northern flank of the city, protected by the Golden Horn, remained untouchable. Behind the chain, Byzantine and Italian ships dominated the harbor. They delivered reinforcements, launched counterattacks, and shielded the city's most vulnerable site. As long as the harbor held, so did the city's hope. Without control of the Golden Horn, Mehmed's siege risked turning into a costly stalemate. But the Sultan refused to be trapped in a war of attrition. Instead of breaking the chain, he chose to outthink it. He turned his attention to the hills of Galata, rough, wooded terrain rising north of the harbor. No army had ever moved ships across it. And so, Mehmed chose the unthinkable. Preparations began in silence. Mehmed's engineers surveyed the Galata hills and carved a path from the Bosphorus to the Golden Horn. Logs were laid like rails. Animal fat and olive oil slicked the route. Oxen teams assembled. Ropes were measured, men trained, and every detail rehearsed. Nothing was left to chance. On the night of April 21st, the operation began. Under cover of darkness, sailors, soldiers, and laborers pushed 70 Ottoman ships uphill. The work was brutal. Muscles tore, hands bled. The air filled with the groan of hulls, the crack of whips, the steady beat of war drums. Some ships slid backward, others stalled, but discipline held. Mehmed's army refused to fail. At dawn on April 22nd, sunlight struck the Golden Horn and revealed the impossible. Ottoman ships floated calmly behind the city's defenses. Bypassing the chain entirely, they had entered the harbor without a single shot. Panic rippled through Constantinople. Church bells rang an alarm. Commanders scrambled to respond to a threat they had never imagined. The harbor, once a sanctuary, was now a trap. The consequences were immediate. With the harbor compromised, the Byzantine defense stretched thin. Ottoman ships now threatened the sea walls, launched attacks from unexpected angles, and forced the defenders to divide already limited forces. Morale fractured, supplies dwindled. Every decision became reactive, driven by panic instead of planning. Mehmed had reversed the dynamics of the siege entirely. By encircling the city, he seized total control of tempo, of terrain, of the defenders' minds. The overland fleet didn't just outmaneuver a chain. It shattered the illusion of invincibility. Attempts to destroy the ships failed. Infighting grew. Reserves collapsed. Weeks later, Constantinople fell, but its fate was sealed long before the final breach. At 21, Mehmed redefined siege warfare, not with sheer power, but with an idea executed to perfection. Those ships didn't just breach a harbor. With every creak of timber, they hauled a medieval world into the dawn of a new age.